Hello, and welcome to another episode of Uncut English. First of all, let me not turn off, but turn it down a little bit. I'm talking about the speed of the fan in the air conditioning system here of my car. So, today's episode is something that I've always had a very, I don't know if I should say a very strong opinion. I don't think the word is strong. I think I have a very clear. Yeah, I think that's the word. I think I have a very clear understanding or a very clear opinion of one of the many tools that we can use for learning language. For learning English in this case, because that's the language that I teach. I teach English as a foreign language. So, a lot of people think that working with music, that music can be a tool for learning a language. And I think there's a lot of truth in it. But I think we have to be very careful, when we consider music as a source of, or a tool for learning. Because you see, the thing is, when you pick up a song, one of the first things that you have to consider is this. Is it too fast? Is it one of those songs, like imagine a heavy metal band with those very fast songs, those that native speakers have a hard time understanding, those songs that even native speakers struggle to understand. I think that's the last kind of music that you should use if you're planning to use music in your journey with the language. So I think you should be careful, choosing the type of song. I'm sorry. I was just reaching out here for my card to release the gate. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So I think that you have to be very careful with the kind of song that you're going to choose, because if the song is too fast, and the way the singer pronounces the words, the way they speak, the way they sing, if it's too fast, because you see, you have a choice. You can choose like those slow romantic songs, more kind of ballads, if you will, which are fun to listen to. There's some beautiful songs, and if you choose the right type of music, the right type of song, you maximize how much of the song you're going to understand. Because you see, when we deal with listening in English, there is a component that must be taken very seriously. And what the component that I'm talking about is frustration, right? It's a psychological component. It's a psychological element. So trying to listen to something because you want to understand and feeling very frustrated can be very discouraging, can be a very daunting experience that might kind of turn you off from advancing with it, So, and then there are other things that you should consider. First, as a student, and in this channel here, I also speak to language teachers, English teachers like me, teach English. Because you see, I always tell my student, when we do a listening exercise with song, our main goal is to use the song as a tool, as a springboard to take your listening skills to the next level. So you should focus on identifying the sound of words and just know when they appear in a song. So normally what I do with my students, for example, is this. I do a kind of fill the gaps exercise. I have this platform where I can create pages for specific songs, and then for each verse I remove some keywords. And the reason I do that is because I want you, my student, to listen to that song and identify the moment in the song when those words are pronounced, and then you just drag and drop them into their respective spot. Now, if you get them right, you get immediate instant feedback. You know, the page corrects itself and it gives you like the label of that draggable that you drag into the position turns to green, telling you that you nailed it, that you got it right. Now, if you pick up the wrong word for a certain slot, the page turns that element to red to let you know that you've chosen the wrong spot. And so when we're doing this, I always tell my students, that's not the time for you to translate the lyrics. This is not a translation exercise. Now, this is not the moment for you to learn grammar. For example, let's say that in the song there are examples of present perfect usage, for example. Or let's say that there are lots of adjectives, or there are lots of verbs, or whatever. Unless, as a teacher, I chose that song because at some point I'm going to touch that subject. But initially, my main objective, my main goal is to get you to improve your listening. So it's, for me, my main goal is to make sure that you are identifying the sound correctly and placing those words where they belong in the lyrics. And as you can see, based on what I'm saying, when we do that, we are improving our listening skills. But at the same time, we're also improving our pronunciation if we make an effort of later on doing the exercise again, but this time singing it along, or perhaps pausing the song at the end of each verse, and then if we read that verse out loud, so that we can test ourselves whether or not we are pronouncing those words correctly. See, this is something that can be very, very beneficial, really, to your learning process and to improving your skills. And let me say that again, because I know I apologize if I sound repetitive when I do that, but it's just that I've seen this so many times. You know, I've seen students complaining, "Oh, Fredo, but how can I do an exercise like this if I cannot understand the lyrics? I don't understand the lyrics. I don't know what this song is all about." Well, then we go back to the first principle I strongly defend here. When you work with songs, your goal is not to understand the lyrics per se and understand everything and understand the message and understand the interpretation, the poetic message there. None of that. My goal as a teacher, when I propose a listening exercise with the song is just for you. And then another very important element is fun. I want you to have fun. See, I mean, I don't think that we can find in our planet one individual that cannot respond to music. I think music is a kind of a universal language that speaks to all of us. I'm not saying that we have to like the same types of music. I'm not saying that people don't have and shouldn't have different tastes for music. No. But what I'm saying is this. There's always something for everybody. So all you need to do as a teacher is to find out what kind of music, what is the genre of music that your student likes, appreciates, and perhaps his favorite band or his favorite music style and so on. And bring that kind of material to class. I promise you, that kind of class can be a lot of fun. And then, if you do this constantly enough, if you make this something regular in your class, and if you can manage, if you can actually succeed in encouraging your students to take up that habit, the habit of listening to music on a regular basis, I promise you, their listening skills improve. And that's what this video is all about. I wanted to share this idea with you. The power of music. See you in our next episode. My name is Alfredo, and this is Uncut English.